You're listening to Release Your Resistance with Bex Beltran, episode 56. Welcome to Release Your Resistance. This is Bex. The only reason why any of us don't have what we want in life is because of our own resistance. Right now, I'm learning how to recognize and release my resistance, and this podcast tells you how you can release your resistance so that you can live the exact life that you want. Let's get started. Last week in the Intangible Generosity episode, I told you how I was floating on a cloud of inspired action and how I'll be facilitating a business brainstorming and accountability group starting in February 2021. So today I want to tell you how you can use the template I will be using in that group and in my own life so you can overcome your own obstacles and how you can feel motivated to move forward on something even if or when you don't really feel all that motivated. So this is the template the brainstorming and accountability group will be following in February. And like I mentioned, it is the template I plan on using throughout all of 2021. I am presenting it to you in 4 questions or directions so that you can ask yourself these questions about any goal that you plan to work on for yourself. And for illustration purposes, I will give the examples of how to use these questions or directions in a few different areas towards a business goal, towards a weight loss goal, and a workplace goal. So even if none of these examples align exactly with a goal that you have for your own life, you can hear the example and then customize it so that it matches your own situation. The first question to ask yourself about your goal to set the stage for overcoming your own obstacles and staying motivated is to figure out, what is your plan to get your goal? Please don't misunderstand the purpose of this question. We are not coming up with the plan that we'll be sticking to 100% and expecting to work perfectly. We are coming up with a general idea of one of the ways that you could meet this goal. This plan is just to overcome the obstacle of thinking, I don't know how, and I've never done this before. Even though you're coming up with your rough sketch of your plan, this is really only a first draft so that you can get started and then move forward. But this is super important. Your mantras throughout this whole thing as you're working on your goal should be something along the lines of process over outcomes, or it's the journey, not the destination. Think of this as a road trip where the purpose of the trip is the travel, not the place that you end up at. But of course, if you stay on the road trip, of course, you will end up at the destination. So think of this analogy. Have you ever taken a road trip with someone for practical reasons, like to get home or to help someone move or pick something up? The destination wasn't the fun or interesting or meaningful part, but it was the purpose for the road trip. But the part that you looked forward to and think back fondly about was the time that you spent together traveling, the songs that you sang, the snacks that you ate, the amazing solutions you came up with to any problems that you might have encountered, like a detour or a flat tire or getting lost. So how does this road trip analogy apply to the first step of the template I'm talking to you about today? I want you to have a rough route sketched out for yourself so you know where you want to end up. But I don't want you to hold yourself to that route. And you should expect surprises and setbacks and delays as part of your normal experience. Let's apply this to a business example. I'll use myself. Let's say that my goal in 2021 is to double my revenue from last year. How would I do that? Maybe I'll decide to double the number of coaching clients I work with, or maybe I'll decide to find a complementary income stream that goes along with my coaching practice. Let's apply it to a weight loss example. This one might be the most straightforward because everyone knows there are so many proven ways for someone to lose weight. So you would just need to pick one of those ways and decide to follow it. Maybe you work with a weight loss coach. Maybe you do a program like 21 Day Fix. Maybe you start intermittent fasting. Your rough plan is just choose one of these methods and decide that's how you will lose the weight. And then let's apply this first step to a workplace example. Let's say that you've decided your goal in 2021 is to change positions within your company. How will you do that? You'll find a position you think you'd like to move into and start pointing yourself in that direction. You'll figure out the job requirements, and if you're missing any of them, you will start to align yourself with the new department and the people who are already there. You will learn about the transfer or interview process in your company. Now, think about your own goal that you want to achieve in 2021. What do you think a possible route might be? Can you give yourself just a rough sketch of how you will do it? Moving on to the second question, you would ask yourself as part of this template, what do you need to set up? This is the time to think of those potential roadblocks that we discussed in the last step, as well as things that you will want along the way. Just like you would do before a road trip, you are going to pack and prepare. What do we need to figure out before we start? What do we need to have access to? Do we already have the route mapped out? Have we checked weather and road conditions? Will we have to pay any tolls? Do we have a general idea of when and where we'll stop to rest or eat or sightsee? Checking in on the business example, what do I need to set up? What do I need to learn, to research, or experiment with in order to double my revenue? One assumption I'll make for myself is that if I want to double the number of clients that I have, I will need to meet many more people than I know right now so that they are aware of who I am and what I do. Maybe I do it with this podcast, or maybe with teaching workshops. So I might want to learn how to expand the reach of my podcast. That might be a new skill that helps me in this goal. Or another skill could be how to build an audience for teaching workshops. And then checking in on the weight loss example, you might want to think about your meal plans. Maybe you're going to look up recipes that fit your new eating protocol, or you might start planning how you will handle scenarios that have been obstacles to following an eating plan in the past. Like, what will you do if someone offers you your favorite indulgent food? Or what will you do when you're feeling stressed out and before you would have gone to food? Or what will you do if you haven't had time to meal prep or grocery shop? And then finally, checking in on the workplace example, your plan is to change positions. So what do you need to set up? Maybe you set up job shadowing to see what that new position is like on a day-to-day basis. Maybe you invite someone from that department to a friendly virtual lunch or coffee so that you can learn a little bit more in a casual environment. Maybe you volunteer for a project or a committee that works along with someone in that position that you'd like to move into. And maybe you also need to develop skills that you don't have yet. So could you take a class? Could you attend a training? So thinking now about your 2021 goal, what do you need to prepare for and set up? Are you going to attend a training? Are you going to make a contingency plan for unexpected detours? Are you going to learn a new skill to support you in your goal? Let's move on to the third part of the template. It's actually a directive, not a question, and it is get going. Set your objective, make it measurable, and start working towards it. And then have a way to mark your progress. This means you are forgetting about the overall goal and you're just thinking about the first or the next steps. And when I say first or next, I really do mean just a few, 3 maximum. Because as we know, things change, surprises happen. We don't know what we don't know yet. Plus, we don't want to give our brains the chance to get overwhelmed by thinking of the entire whole plan in its entirety. We just tell ourselves, first I will do A, B, and C. Then I'll decide what to do next. Maybe I will be doing D and E after that. But since I don't know what's going to happen with B and C, I am not even going to worry about D and E yet. In my business example, that might look like me reaching out to other podcasters to offer to be a guest on their shows. See how I'm not worried about, well, what if our schedules don't align and we can't figure out a good time for the interview? Or what if there's a technology issue when we try to record? I don't have to entertain those concerns during my very first steps. I only need to think about finding the other podcasters and pitching myself to them. Then, when I get a yes or a no, that's when I'll decide what my next steps are. For the weight loss example, I have heard weight loss clients tell me that they do worry about losing weight because when they do, then they'll have to buy all new clothes. Do you see how that's resistance? From steps away, far ahead on the journey. That worry about future obstacles could keep them from starting to take action on what they really want. So for this piece of it, for the get going piece, we are not even worrying about buying new clothes or if your current clothes would be too big for you. First, we are just focusing on what you will eat today and tomorrow. And we're just confirming that you have that food on hand, and we're just making sure you know what you plan to do if you get tempted. Just today or tomorrow. We will save thinking about the future when that arrives. And here's how the get going step would look like in a workplace example. You update your resume. You fill out the application. Maybe you send an email asking for an interview. That's it. You do not need to worry about how you will transition from your current role to the new role if you get the job, or I should say when you get the job. You don't need to think about what your current coworkers will ask you or wonder about when you tell them that you're transferring. That is all down the line, but first things first, you just take the very first step towards your plan. And finally, the fourth part of the template is to check in. This is when you get to celebrate. You get to give yourself credit and also evaluate and maybe course correct. Probably course correct. This gives you markers for your progress. You will have irrefutable evidence for how far you've come since you started. Progress gives you momentum. And by checking in periodically to evaluate, you can also make more informed decisions about when you do want to pivot or modify your current route. And bonus points for you if you are doing this in an accountability group or with a partner. How could I check in the business example? I can keep track of how many other podcasts I've reached out to each day. I can keep track of how many days I have spent time researching podcasts to pitch myself to. I can keep a running total of how many interviews I have scheduled and completed. And then I can review those numbers each week or each month, and I get to see those numbers going up. So how would you check in for the weight loss example? Maybe you make a check mark on your calendar for each day you follow your eating plan. Then you have a visual. You can look and see the rows and rows and rows of check marks. Maybe you use some public accountability and encouragement and post a picture of your meal prep once a week on social media and tell people to hold you accountable that they want to see that picture next week too. I really recommend that you do weigh yourself frequently and write that number down so that you have more data about if your weight is going up or going down or staying the same as you're following your steps. And for the work example, it's pretty similar. You keep track of the steps that you're taking towards your goal. How many hours of training have you completed? How has the skill that you're developing improved from last month to this month? And how many people in your company know of and encourage your intention to transfer? What about your own goal? How frequently do you intend to collect data and to mark your progress? Will you keep it on a spreadsheet like I do, or do a monthly interview with yourself in your journal? I also like to do this. Or have a weekly check-in chat with a buddy to check up on each other, to encourage each other, and of course, to celebrate each other's progress. There are so many options, and I am not suggesting one is better than the other. What I am suggesting is that many people fall victim to their own resistance before even getting started. Or they do get started, but then they quit before reaching their goal because they lose motivation or because things don't work out exactly as they had thought they would. Here is the template to overcome your own obstacles and keep you motivated as you work towards your goal. Map out a rough plan to get to your goal. This step overcomes the obstacle of thinking that you don't know how or you don't know what to do. Number 2, set up what you need to set up. This step overcomes your resistance that you don't have what you need or you don't know what you need to know yet. The third step, get started. This step gives you momentum, and by only focusing on the tiniest first steps, you are overcoming the obstacle of overwhelm. And by telling yourself, I can do this one thing, you don't need superhuman levels of motivation to keep going. You just need motivation for the very next step. And finally, check in. This is where you give your brain the reward, the dopamine hit of seeing and recognizing your own progress. And you get to show off and brag and be proud of yourself. And then you just continue following this template over and over until you reach your goal. There's no reason to stop. There's no reason to quit. There's no reason to turn around. It will be so interesting to look back when you have reached your goal and see how different the path that you ended up following looks from the path that you thought you would follow, the path that you laid out. It will be so fun for you to see how much progress you've made as you review your periodic check-ins. And you will notice some things you didn't know how to do, or some things that you were scared to do became no big deal as you kept doing them. Follow this template in 2021 and beyond to go after your plans. You can use this template to overcome your own obstacles, both the resistance that you might have about starting something new and the possible loss of motivation that you might feel along the way. And if you are feeling excited and motivated and eager now, I've got a suggestion for you. And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed and unsure, I have got the same suggestion for you. Next week, I am starting a brainstorming and accountability group. It is really geared towards people who have started or are about to start a new business. But as you heard throughout this episode, this template can be applied to a variety of goals. It doesn't have to be about business. We will meet every Tuesday evening in February to brainstorm ideas and hold each other accountable, and we will be following the template that I have outlined for you today, so you know it won't be overwhelming, and you know we won't let your resistance hold you back from what you really want to move forward on. To learn more about the group and to sign up to join us on Tuesday, go to bexb.org/BBAG. That stands for Business Brainstorming and Accountability Group. And even if you don't decide to join us on Tuesday nights, I hope you decide to apply these steps on your own goal for 2021. That is what I wanted to share with you today. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed hearing this template, and I hope you'll apply it for yourself. And of course, I hope you will join us on Tuesday evening. Just go to bexb.org/BBAG. That's it for today. Thank you. I will talk with you next Friday. This has been Release Your Resistance. Thank you for listening. If you like this podcast, make sure you're subscribed and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Also, think about someone who you know who would love this episode and share it with them. There should be a share button on your app if you're listening to this on your phone. If you'd like to continue this conversation one-on-one or in real time, come visit me on my site at beckspeed.org to see how we can work together.